Hey, this is Bam with the second part of the crafting video. So in this video, I will be explaining how we craft the gloves, the ring, and the helmet. So the first step is buying a fractured 14% spell suppression. The more evasion on the base, the better. Here we have a Sinner Tricon, and we'll just spam the essences until we hit a high tier of chaos resistance, so tier 1 or tier 2. And we have the guaranteed 9 to 10% mana reservation efficiency of skills. So here we go. We spam until we get a high tier of chaos resistance. Here we go. We got the tier 1. We got pretty lucky. That didn't take us too much time. So, and now if we just check the price of a 14, it's already like 40 divine. So as I said, we got pretty lucky. So the next step is you can either log the suffixes and then Veil Chaos. You get +2 to AoE gems, or you could just craft as I did here the physical damage taken as fire. Here, this is what we'll do. You could actually try to slam an exalted orb first, so we'll just block. Could block like mana, let's say, and then use an exalted orb. And then we craft it. Get 7 evasion. And then yeah, we craft physical damage taken as fire. If we didn't hit any of the prefixes, we didn't hit any life. As I said, we can always lock suffixes, or you could also use Eldritch Chaos currency, this, and then add a Searing Zark influence, so the red ones, to your helmet, and then reroll it with Eldritch Chaos until you get something good enough. But for here, it's not the best tier of life, but since we got what we were looking for, as I said, it's just an example. If you want to min-max it, you can. And you could divine it to get increased mana visualization up to 10 if it's something you need, or if you need the 35 chaos resistance, maybe keep it that way. As you can see, it's not too hard to craft. Alright, for the helmet, the implicits we're looking for is the reduced mana cost and physical damage taken as whatever elemental. Doesn't really matter, as long as any elemental. So as I said, either world, physical damage taken as. And chaos is not good, we need elemental, so we'll roll over it. We'll just check it. Take it as chaos again. Matter, only dead. Take it as cold. Alright. So here we have this, and then we need the reduced mana cost of skills on the Searing Zark. Put it in. Here we go. Reduce mana cost of attacks. So now our helmet is done. Alright, now we go for the ring. So what we're looking for is accuracy on the rings, critical strike, global critical strike multiplier, but we will guarantee that one with the essence. Some chaos resistance, high tier of chaos resistance could be super useful. And for the other suffix, we need a lightning resistance. Because of our lightning coil, we need to get it somewhere on our pieces. So I like to get it on a ring, but it could be something different. So we'll start with this and see what we get. You could start with something different, maybe the chaos resistance fractured. And it needs to be an amethyst ring because we need that chaos resistance. So here we go. Cast speed doesn't do anything, so we roll over it. Fire resistance is too low. All attribute doesn't matter. All elemental is too low. pretty bad for now. Dexterity, a good roll, but this is not what we're looking for. Here we have a lightning resistance. It's not the best though, but we'll roll over the other. Okay, here I had like I really like having the highest tier of maximum life. So what we'll do is just
I'm not up to that just yet.
craft a random prefix on it and then exalt slam it. See if we get anything useful. Mana regen looking for, so we reroll over it. In life doesn't matter. Here it's perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. So we got a low tier of life, but we get tier 2 resistance, and we can swap it over to lightning, and we got the, as I said, guaranteed crit multi. So what we can do when we got this, so this one we'll just set aside because for now it's not good enough, is we will lock the suffixes and then reroll the prefixes. So we go to our bench, suffixes cannot be changed, and then we'll use a Veiled Chaos Orb. Sorry, not that one. Yeah. That way we have a guaranteed build modifier, and we're trying to get life. If not, we could also craft life on the bench here, but I prefer like this. The reason why we're doing it is because we hit the lowest tier of life and also the lowest roll, so it goes nothing. Alright, so now we want to block other modifiers. So we will just block mana on it, and then yeah, we go to June and try to unveil life.
Thanks to your heart. Hello.
Here we got 60 life. That's perfect. And since we have that fixed, the next thing we can do is just exalt slam it, since we have another prefix. And when we have that exalt slam, we can craft minus mana cost 2 spells, non-chilling spells. Okay, the energy is kind of weird because we don't want much energy, but it doesn't matter. We'll still get stun. And yeah, so now we craft minus mana cost spells. There we go. And this is pretty much it. The only thing we need to do is swap over the cold resistance to lightning. And there we go. We have our ring finished, which is actually almost as good as mine. 67 life instead of having here is 60, but oh yeah, you can see. And now you have your lightning resistance fixed. You have the critical strike multiplier. The next thing is that if you want to have the maximum accuracy, you actually and have a 100% chance to hit, you actually need to quality it. We'll go to our and then use those, and yeah, you 20 times. That way your accuracy is fixed and you have 100% chance to hit. And yeah, that's it. The ring. You look there, yeah, 75 divines. Like there's none on the market for sure. And then you can use blessed orbs to get that 23% chance, 23% yes resistance. And there we go. Now we're done with our rings. Alright, now we'll craft the gloves. So for the gloves, the 14% chance to suppress spell damage fractured, and using Essence of Envy, we guarantee a tier 1 chaos resistance. And the other suffix we're looking for is either attack speed, a high tier of attack speed, maybe tier 1, accuracy, or a elemental resistance, but I prefer getting attack speed or accuracy, and we'll see how it goes. So, yeah. Here we have accuracy, but it's tier 3. Sadly, it's too low, so we'll re-roll over it. Here we got nothing. We could slam it with something, but I don't think it's worth. We just roll over. Here we got a attack speed, but as I said, it's tier 3 is not good enough, so we'll just re-roll over it. Dexterity, we don't need it. Tier 2 accuracy, so that's not bad. But I think we could get something better. Alright, and we'll keep going till we get something good. So here we have a good, the highest tier of life, which is pretty cool. But yeah, since we fixed our resistance from our ring, we do not need this, so we'll reroll over it. Here we got the tier 1 attack speed, so this is perfect. Alright, now since we have weakened brutality on our main link, so we cannot deal any elemental damage, so those prefixes are wasted, so we're gonna reroll them, and the way we go about it is we use the Eldritch Chaos Orb. So if the Eater of World is dominant, reroll the suffixes, but if the Searing Exarch is dominant, reroll prefixes. So this is Searing Exarch, we'll just add a Searing Exarch to it. And then yeah, you can always double check it. Searing Exarch dominant, reroll prefixes. So this is what we're looking for. And we're trying to reroll until we hit life. Or what we could do is luck. Here we got a good tier of life. The highest tier, actually. And then we can use a null to try to remove either the evasion or the fire damage with attacks. So again, just double check. If Searing Exarch is dominant, remove a prefix. So this is what we're looking for. And we will remove the evasion. So now we can craft
I'm not up to that.
increased damage while leeching or increased damage during flask. And you could get it to the highest tier. There we go, 28. So now our gloves are pretty much done. The only things we need to work on is actually and you can see the price are crazy. You can work on the implicits. So what we're trying to get is exactly those. So projectile, pierce, and initial target. If it's a higher tier, you can actually get 2 pierce and gain at least 1 rage per hit with attacks, no more than 1 every 1.2 seconds. If it's a higher tier, it will happen more often. So yeah, we'll just reroll it until we get those. And what I like to do is actually use it here instead. And since for the Searing Exarch we're looking for Rage, I'll just type in Rage, and that way it's easier to find. We'll just roll over and over until we hit the Rage modifier. As I said, you could use higher tier, but it's not a big deal, to be honest. Oh, this is unlucky. Yeah, we finally hit it. Okay, it took us a long time, but we hit it. And now for the Ether Well, we're trying to get additional Pierce. Just this, and then right down here, Pierce. And there we go. So now our gloves are done, and yeah, just don't, like, you can make it pretty cheap, to be honest. As I said, for all the gear, like, the suffixes are kind of, you can switch them around. Like here on our helmet we have chaos resistance. Well, that chaos resistance could have been on the ring instead, and having the accuracy on the helmet instead, so it does work. So yeah, just make sure you get almost chaos resistance on almost every pieces. That way you can actually fix your chaos resistance, and then yeah, you can work around whatever. Worth noting, accuracy can go up to 600 on gloves and helmet, but only 480 on rings and shields. So this is something you can look into. yeah, hopefully this was helpful. If it was, consider subscribing to the channel, and as always, take care, guys.